From the amazing skylines of real estate to the inside of architectural masterpieces, the breathtaking interior designs, and landscaping through well-planned and innovative properties. Adding insight into all your construction needs, we bring you ideas from the local housing industry and the world of commercial estate. We simply make sense of real estate industry. It is The Property Show. Proudly sponsored by Roofings.
Welcome to yet another exciting edition of The Property Show, where we make sense of the real estate industry. Quite a lot is happening and it's fascinating, and we've got it all covered for you. If it's real estate, if it's property, we've got you sorted on The Property Show. Of course, special thanks to our official sponsors, Roofings. And now hot on the market is the Roofings pre-printed galvanized iron sheets that give you not just opportunity to have good color to your roofing material, but also it gives you durability, it gives you quality, it gives you excellence. And we'll be telling you more on how you can actually acquire these products. And of course, special thanks to Nina Interiors. If you're looking for fine, legit, authentic furniture, whether it's fabric or leather, it's got to be Nina Interiors. How do you do it? Just visit Nina Interiors showroom opposite Spear House and you will be sorted in that direction. Of course, special thanks to Serena Hotel, the only home away from home 5-star experience, our host partners, and definitely Estate Online, our content partners. Thank you so much. Right now, let's take a look at what we have lined up for you in today's edition of The Property Show.
Today on The Property Show.
And right now, we're here to our property update. What a week it was, indeed. Before we talk about the phenomenal property we like to focus on, that's the Uganda Matters Shrine. Of course, the week that was, we had the mayor not swear in. Hopefully, we'll get to have that done next week. But outstanding, of course, was the presidential speech that we all get to await for after the swearing in of a president. What's eye-catching and very interesting for the real estate industry, of course, is the focus on the transforming of Uganda's economy into a middle income economy. That's significantly going to mean definitely that more people will be able to have access to better equity and better financing, the economy gets to get better. And of course, as far as moving Uganda into a modern economy, it means that there's a lot in terms of real estate for us. However, we get to now focus about the Uganda Matters Shrine. Thousands, as usual, every year throng Namugongo Matters Shrine. We had Kenyans, Tanzanians walk for up to 23 days just to see Namugongo Matters Shrine. It's quite a phenomenal property when you look at it. Of course, some great work done by Rocco Construction Company, as well as that steel material from Roofings Group that conjured up the architectural design that we'll see. The whole mixture and the blend of the eco-friendliness, the water, the lake, and then the amazing shrine itself. That was a standout this week. And right now, of course, let's take a look at more we have for you lined up on the Property Show today.
If you're looking for how to actually put your cushions and maybe color coordinate your living room or your whole house entire setup, we have you sorted with that, and that is in the interior designing. But if you haven't yet really watched the Property Show, then you haven't been a part of My Dream Home. How do you get to participate in My Dream Home? Just send us your profile picture to our Facebook page, Property Show Uganda, with the interior and exterior of your dream home, and you will stand a chance to appear in the Dream Home of the Week. Maybe, if you already did send it in, you're on our Dream Home this week. Up next is the Dream Home of the Week, followed by the lovely Bethel.
Hello, good day. Today on Interior Designing Tips with Bethel Mutimba, we are going to look at how to design your interior properly. Now, there are certain things you have to take note when you're designing an interior. Main aspects you have to look at are scale and symmetry. Let's first look at symmetry. As humans, research has it that we are clearly drawn to symmetry, just like you find that boys find girls with symmetrical faces more prettier than the ones who don't have symmetrical faces. And this is just the way we are, it's just nature. So even as you're designing your house, you'll notice that every time you walk in and something is not very symmetrical, it seems disorganized, it creates a sense of disorder within you that you may not notice immediately. So when you're designing, when you're arranging your interior, these are the steps that you should note. First of all, there are lines that go through a room, lines that are according to symmetry. We have the diagonal lines and the straight lines, which are orderly. Like right here, as you can see, these chairs are organized in supposed sitting room, and you have these two chairs facing each other and this one facing the side. So we want to imagine that our focal point is right where I'm looking at you. So you notice that since the chairs are arranged in a symmetrical way, it is easier for people to communicate, because if you have a visitor and they're seated over there, they're looking into your eyes and you can see their expression, there's a proper relationship and proper communication going on right here. Another thing you should note in interior designing and planning is storage. It is very important because there are certain things that are very essential for life, but you don't want them all up in your face. I mean, we need gray socks and gray pants for living, yeah? They are essential when you're going to jog or do whatever, but you don't want them to be all up in your face. Every time you're looking, you're seeing your gray socks or your gray pants. So yes, storage is very important. You need to know how to store the right things in the right way to make your house orderly, or else you're going to have a very chaotic environment. You find that if you're going to organize a big object, let me say you have a big table, it will suit better in a big room. Scale is very important. The size of the chairs that you're going to put in your house, they have to relate to the size of the room. Even though you have just a centerpiece for the table, you're going to put it in the middle, it has to relate to both the size of the table and the room and everything around it. I mean, the chairs, everything has to be symmetrical in a sense of way of scale that they relate to each other. Another aspect we should look at, you should note that things while in odd numbers, let me say 3 or 5, they look better, they give us a easier perception of them, because if you're going to have three pieces designed together, I don't know if you have noticed, but many designers use this. While they're putting pictures together, you're going to find 3 pictures put together. This is because it is easier for your brain to perceive. It is easier for your mind. Same comes with the number 5. But you find if there are 4, they're going to give you a sense of confusion. So you may want to follow that while you're arranging your house, or while you're choosing the centerpieces for your table, or even the photo frames for your wall. Try it and use the odd numbers, maybe 5, maybe 3, and you will see that somehow it just makes more sense than when you put 6 or 4. A home is a place you want to feel comfortable. Those are our interior designing tips for the day. Thank you. I am Bethel Mutimba.
I'm going in. Cover me.
Gundinawe, is that any way to cover?
When you have to cover something, cover it the right way. Only Roofing's iron sheets have double coating that give them a much longer life and are made with Japanese technology for best quality right here in Uganda. With Roofing's iron sheets, we've got you covered. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
Still to come.
What does AVAT do, and how does it help the person that is watching?
We do only 2 things. One is property management.
Every palace started from somewhere. Every home had a root to it. How is that root put? it's in the construction phase, and that is why this week on our Property of the Week, we give you the tips on how to make your construction strong and firm and to the point. Then this Property of the Week will guide you on all that. Up next is the Property of the Week, brought to you by the glorious Nina Interiors, your leading furniture shop in town.
At Nina Interiors, it's not just furniture, it's an experience that we give you. Enjoy the thrill for choice at Nina Interiors with a wide range of signature furniture and our new range of fabric sofas that will give any living room a breath of fresh air. It only gets better as we give you the reason to transform your home with our special offers on curtains, nets and accessories, all delivered and installed to your taste at good prices. It's got to be Nina Interiors.
Construction needs three things to take place: a good management, hard-working, skilled team, and the resources. Well, Greystone Properties has got all the above right and to the point. These properties are being developed in suburbs of Muyenga. If you're to look at the ground route, you will see that a lot of care and time is being put into this project. And not only is it work, but a passion for the team developing the properties. It is going to be the first of its kind of properties in Muyenga, which is a gated community. The properties will feature exclusive, classy and bold designs, featuring a familiar traditional approach but with contemporary interpretation that will ensure the designs will be timeless. Rooms will be well sized and well lit. Exquisite high-end finishing materials will be used to complement the excellent build quality. But the beauty about this establishment is the view that you gain when you actually acquire yourself one of these properties. That is the Bunga, Konge, Buziga, Machinde and Muyenga Hills. The view also has the added beauty of the Lake Victoria that actually makes it outstanding.
When all is said and done, and now you're on the final touches of your property, now that's when the excitement kicks in. That is when you know your establishment is done. But the basic part of it is the bottom bit of it, the foundation, the roots. That is what makes your palace at the end of the day. And what way to have a property without the best foundation to it?
The Bird's Eye is brought to you by Roofings. The Bird's Eye was brought to you by
Roofings, strength of a nation.
It's the Property Talk on the Property Show, and the gentleman I'm about to introduce to you is Mr. Vincent Agaba. First, of course, is CEO Area Uganda, if we are well acquainted with the Association of Real Estate Agents in Uganda, and AVATS. How do you manage to wear all these hats?
It's out of the love for the industry. First and foremost, the AVATS Housing Limited is where I practice in the real estate.
Yes. Let's start from Area and then push quickly to AVATS. Area Uganda, to what extent would you say the association has been able to reshape, remodel the industry and take it to a better level?
Now, if you look at the Association of Real Estate Agents of Uganda, it's a private sector-led association. And we are talking about the private players coming together. There is the public sector led by the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, but on the private sector arm, we bring the technical approach to the industry so that the policymakers and the government is able to have informed decisions so that the industry is well streamlined. And since then, we have actually advocated for the real estate agents bill. How do we regulate the real estate agents in this country and brokers? At the moment, everyone is actually called Kayunjirizi. They are brokers. You go to Kira, you come to Kajansi, everyone is putting there, Agulirao, you want a house for rent and so forth. Now, who are these guys and how is the public protected against them? So we need an association, we need a regulatory framework that actually is able to see that so and so is qualified to offer the service to the country and so is not offered. The benchmarking industries are the insurance industry. You have an insurance agent, you have a broker, you have a mainstream insurance company. All these guys are regulated by Uganda National, the Insurance Regulatory Authority. But the real estate sector is left to whom it's my concern. And that way we thought that actually we are putting the economy at risk because the multiplier effects of the real estate industry, including land, go to financial sector, they come to the insurance sector if you talk about collateral. Collateral is the basic, instrument which we use in borrowing. So if you don't tackle that problem, you will have what we call prices that are inflated, speculative prices of properties, which valuers will use to make valuation reports, which banks again will use as a basis of lending. So we have gone back internally to now formulate the housing policy that actually will have the real estate section within it. Okay. That is one element. The other one is trainings, partnering with the property show in terms of the property shows, conferences and expos. Yes. This is effort altogether brought by the area Uganda.
Now we move to AVATS. What does AVATS do and how does it help the person that is watching?
AVATS Housing Limited is a real estate management company. We do only actually two things. One is property management. You are living abroad, you have a property here, you leave it with a relative, you don't see your rent. All these people are busy and they cannot do whatever actually you're supposed to do. You leave the property with AVATS Housing Limited, we caretake for it, we transfer your money. We actually supervise all the repair and maintenance and do accountability for you. We go an extra mile. If you have mortgages, we do remit your monthly mortgage expense. That's property management. When you come to feasibility studies, we have a problem in this country whereby developers maybe travel a lot, go to Dubai, go everywhere. They see a property and they have the money they want to build the same. But is that property which you're building informed by the demand? So you need a feasibility study to test the location, to test the demand, to test the gaps in the market so that whatever you're building is unique and actually is able to fill the gaps in the market. Otherwise, you will have a lot of vacancy rates. You will have a lot of properties that are actually on the shelf and are not having the demand for them. So feasibility studies are meant to ensure that before you are investing or even borrowing to build a structure, you have a feasibility study that actually calculates the return on investment and tests the demand for that property.
From your perspective, by experience, before we go, what are the hugest challenges currently facing the industry and what do you think can be done to address them?
I'll tell you, Mr. Edwin, I think you have been in the industry and you're more experienced at the moment as we do, but one of the problems is unprofessionalism. The commissions, for example, how much commissions are we supposed to be charging? Someone will tell you, I charge 10%, another one will tell you, I charge 10% plus the top. There is no streamlined commission for agents, and therefore that needs to be tackled. The other one is, of course, regulation. Everyone from A to Z is an agent, and that affects the level of service delivery. The other one, of course, is the financing. The interest rates are so high that actually, in order to create the supply side of the market, you need the lower interest rates that actually can be able to propel production on the market.
But who do you think needs to tackle? You've highlighted at least 3 issues. Who do you think needs to tackle and deal with these issues?
Now, there are agencies responsible for this. Of course, the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development comes in at policy level. There's the central bank, which actually should be able to come in at the interest rates and the mortgage industry line. Then, of course, you are going to run through the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, for example. What are the property price indexes? Are we able to guide the industry to say, for example, location X, an average 2-bedroom house should be costing about this, to guide the public so that they're empowered to negotiate with the sellers. Everything, if you look at it, it has interest in property. Yeah.
Vincent, any final thoughts to the viewers?
Final thoughts is that real estate industry at the moment actually is the way to go, because I would tell everyone there is that either you are practicing the real estate industry by default, because all of us, we need a home and shelter.
Sure. Thank you very much, Vincent. We'll be in touch.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The front house
House, Chicago, USA. And what is most spectacular about this house is the true transparency throughout this simple yet breathtaking design was supposed to represent Myers Van der Hore's personality and embody true modest architecture. At number 5, we have the Louvre Pyramid in Paris. The Louvre Pyramid in Paris, France is a number 5 glass building. This is the main entrance to the famous Louvre Museum, and not only does it serve the purpose of welcoming the museum guests, but structurally, it distributes the weight of the flood of daily visitors evenly. The structure was built with this in mind and commissioned because the previous entrance couldn't withstand the weight much longer.
They come in 3 types. What are the 3 types? To rent, for sale, and land. Well, it is the Property Scan, and thanks to our content partners, Estate Online, every single week you get yourself different various properties in the comfort of your living room. Maybe you're looking to move, or you want to buy a new property, or you want land to invest in. It's the Property Scan, thanks to our content partners, Estate Online.
Just enjoying some beautiful setup here at Speak Resort Munyonyo, our host this weekend, this month. We've come to the end of this week's edition of The Property Show. We hope you've enjoyed it. Just remember one thing, your comments, your views and opinions, they do matter. Like some of the trending comments to us have been, Edwin, we want to take a look at some properties outside Kampala. And I'll tell you what, your heart's cry has been heard, because very soon we are feeding you with as much information and properties as possible from outside Kampala. Special thanks to Roofings, the strength of this nation, and of course Nina Interiors, the brand that ensures we're well furnished in our offices and in our homes. Our content partners, Estate Online, and Home Away from Home 5-Star Experience Serena, Cassia Lodge, Regus, Thank you so much. And to the entire crew and team at the Property Show, we say have a lovely, blessed week. Adios, amigos. Stay blessed and keep it Property Show.
Next week on The Property Show.
Another summer day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome, but I want to go home.